This just in, the world of accessibility in games is exploding, and one of the most anticipated games of all time is finally here. I'm your host, Johnny, and welcome back to This Just In Gaming. This week, we're putting a spotlight on games that are either getting or have already received their accessibility updates. Gamers tend to be so against accessibility when it doesn't really make sense. They love forming communities, they love being able to share and chat, but yet if people are so much to ask about ease of use or difficulty settings, you get some interesting responses from them. But to start, let's talk about Metroid Dread. When Metroid Dread first released last year, many people thought that the difficulty level was too high, so they didn't want to invest the time to give it a shot. If you fall into that group, then we've got some big news. It's gotten a free update that addresses these concerns directly. Here's how the update split. Think the game is too difficult? Try out Rookie Mode. This mode increases the health gained from certain items on the map and greatly decreases damage dealt from the bosses. It's a great choice for those who want a less intense experience while still preserving the excitement of discovery and exploration throughout the planet ZDR. Now, what about those who thought Metroid Dread was just too easy? I don't know how anyone could say that after dealing with the final boss that took me 4 hours, but I'm sure you're out there. Well, Dread Mode is perfect for you. In Dread Mode, you die after just one hit. After that, you have to start all over again from the beginning. You guys can have fun with this because I'm not going anywhere near this mode. Please note, you will have to complete hard mode first before stepping up to this challenge. While we're on the subject of accessibility, let's talk about Sifu. In episode 1, we made a point in saying that Sifu is a game that's not afraid to kick you down all the time. That's just great for those who want it, but what about those of us who just want to experience the great hand-to-hand combat in the game? Fear no more. The developers of the game, Slowcap, are addressing this directly. Steve Saylor, an accessibility advocate in gaming, said the game would be getting an update for users to make changes not only to the difficulty, but also getting better captions and high contrast modes. There's no release date for this yet, but we'll keep you posted. Horizon Forbidden West released last week. When it comes to accessibility settings, Guerrilla Games have gone all out. In a blog posted on the PlayStation website, Guerrilla detailed the different settings you can change to fit your specific needs. These include general accessibility settings, including subtitle adjustments, preferred language, tutorials, etc., difficulty settings, controller input settings like co-pilot mode, where a second controller can have mirrored control access, gameplay assist settings, and audio and visual settings, with much, much more in the blog post. We won't be able to cover all the specifics about this update here, but for more information, please check out the PlayStation blog post to get the full rundown on what you can expect. Accessibility has been taking center stage in gaming recently, as more studies put an added focus on making sure that whoever wants to play can play. For example, PlayStation Studios have been making their games easily accessible to as many players as possible since the end of the PlayStation 4 generation. Games like The Last of Us Part 2 and Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart both have extremely detailed accessibility features. We can't leave Xbox out of the conversation since they've been at the forefront when it comes to accessibility. Xbox have come up with a new adaptive controller to help people with disabilities play games by allowing the user to connect the input to other buttons and switches that suit the player's needs and allow them to play the Xbox games they enjoy. Now, I love Nintendo, but even I have to admit that they are the most behind in terms of accessibility options. With that said, they are even making moves towards being a more accessible gaming platform. For one, the Switch is a goldmine for controller options. Through alternate variations of the Joy-Con, the Pro Controller, and even in some cases the GameCube controller, there are plenty of controller options for the Switch. Not only that, but now you have the option to change the button layout entirely to fit your needs as well. It's important that we continue to encourage developers to continue adding accessibility features, because in the words of Microsoft's Phil Spencer, when everybody plays, we all win. Now on to the new release for the last week of February. It is the release of Elden Ring. Releasing for PC, PlayStation 4 and 5, Xbox Series X and S, and Xbox One, Elden Ring is an action RPG and the newest release by From Software in collaboration with novelist George R.R. Martin. Explore a world filled with dungeons, puzzles, and of course, threats, with your own custom designed character. Unravel a fragmented story along the way, while also experiencing a unique online mode that lets you feel the presence of others, whatever that means. Or you can just simply travel the world with your friend as well. Reviews for this game are absolutely insane, with it receiving a near perfect 96 on Metacritic. With reviews saying that Elden Ring is the next evolution in the Souls genre, this is a game that fans don't want to miss. And that's it for the week. What did you guys think about some of the accessibility updates? Or how many sick days do you plan to take off for Elden Ring? Make sure to let us know in the comments down below. Make sure to like and share the video with your friends, and we'll see you guys next week.